Matthew chapter 24. We are going through the Bible in chronological order, in the order that the books were written. In Matthew, the gospel doesn't show up until 30 years after the death and resurrection and ascension of Jesus Christ. And we are in chapter 24, and there's some other gospels that are going to fit into parts of this. So we're going to just pick up at a particular point. Because chapter 24 talks about the disciples with Jesus going into the city of Jerusalem, and him talking about when he would return, the things that would lead up to his return. But I want to pick up on chapter 24, verse 36, because this one's pretty important. But about the day and the hour, no one knows. Now, the rest of this, we'll find it in another gospel when we go on the stuff that's previous. Now, about that day or hour, no one knows. What day or hour? The day or the hour that Jesus will return, the day or the hour that, everything, finally comes to a conclusion, the day or the hour of the rapture of the church. But about that day or hour, no one knows. Not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Now, this is a little bit unusual. Why doesn't the Son know about the hour of the return or the day of the return when he'll be back? Why wouldn't the Son know that? Especially if he's the one that's going to be coming back, you would think that, he would know that. Well, there's a principle in Philippians chapter 2. It's called the kenosis, where Jesus, when he comes to earth, when he's born from Mary, born of a virgin, that he is fully man and he is fully God. However, that passage indicates that he had emptied himself of certain knowledge in order to be human. So he knows everything, but this particular thing he holds back on knowing while he's in human form. He's 100% God, 100% human. But he had emptied himself of certain knowledge. And here he is saying at this time, while he's talking to his disciples, that no one knows the day or the hour of that the Son will return. Now that he's ascended into heaven, we can probably make the conclusion that he does in fact know, because it's coming. But at this particular point, he doesn't. Neither do the angels. Sort of a mystery. He could have, on that day when they asked him, he could have told them the exact day. Now here's some real speculation. You want to speculate a little bit? The reason for the kenosis, not gnosis being knowledge, and the pouring out of that knowledge, him not having that knowledge, is when they asked him, he could have said, if he knew, he could have said, well, I know, but I'm not going to tell you. But instead he says nobody knows, not even the Son, not the angels, not the Son. But this we do know. We do know, as it was in the days of Noah. Now, I find it interesting that Jesus believed the story of Noah, because a lot of people are critical of that story. They go, I don't know if I believe in Noah's Ark. Well, Jesus believed in Noah's Ark. Adam and Eve, people go, I don't know if I believe in Adam and Eve. Jesus believed in Adam and Eve. He talked about Adam and Eve. Story of Jonah. I don't know if I believe the story of Jonah. Jesus did. Jesus said, as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of a great fish, so the Son of Man will be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. So he goes back to Noah, and he says, as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. Well, what was going on in the days of Noah? It says that people were evil all over the face of the earth. People were evil everywhere. Well, before Jesus comes, the Bible says that there will be the increase of evil as never has been before, really. It'll be over the whole planet. And so we're seeing the whole planet is starting to turn to evil. So maybe that's a sign that the Son is coming. There was a population explosion. There was all kinds of weird sex, all kinds of stuff going on. So just as it was in the days of Noah, it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage up until the day that Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them away. Well, that's how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. So this is that secretive coming where Jesus doesn't tell us the day or the hour, but where he's going to come. And some people see this as the rapture of the church, when Jesus comes back for the believers before the tribulation, before the wrath of God, in order to deal with Israel again. And so up until that day, it seems like there'll be, life going on, parties and poor people and rich people and everything else up until that day. And what's going to happen then is there'll be two men in the field, and one will be left and the other will be taken. There'll be two women grinding at a handmill, one will be taken, the other will be left. So you don't want to be one of those who's left behind, for sure. Therefore, watch, because you don't know on what day the Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So be on your guard. You have no idea when he's coming. He's coming at an hour that you think not. And so if you think he's coming tonight, then maybe that's a good sign he's not. But so you must always be ready, because he'll come at an hour when you don't expect him. Who then is the wise and faithful servant? Well, who's the one on earth that's wise and who's faithful? And who is the one that the master has put in charge of his servants in the household to give them their food at the proper time? Who are the servants? Who's serving God right now? It will be good for the servant who the master finds him doing so when he returns. So we should be living for the Lord every single day. My old pastor used to say that you need to live each day as though Jesus were coming tonight, and you need to plan as though he never was. So you can plan, make your plans, and start your businesses and get married and do all those things. But live your life as though moment by moment Jesus could come tonight. Be ready tonight. Truly, I tell you, he'll put him in charge of all of his possessions. He who's faithful over little will be ruler over much. But suppose that servant's wicked and says to himself, my master's staying away for a long time. And then he begins to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunkards. The master of that servant will come on a day when he doesn't expect him, in the hour he's not aware of. So live your life and live righteous and live holy and live a life of justice and peace and mercy and grace now. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Don't put it off until tonight. Don't put it off until next week, next month, next year. Do it now. Live righteously. What does the Lord require of you? To do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with God. When do we do that? Now. Do it now. And he will cut them to pieces and assign them a place with the hypocrites, and there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And so we'll go on a little bit more in chapter 25 next time. But just know this, that no one knows the day or the hour. Not even the Son while he was here with us on earth. But he is coming again, and he's coming to get us. And so we need to keep our eyes open. I like to say, keep your eyes to the sky, keep your feet on the ground, and keep your heart with people. If you're looking for him to come, eyes to the sky, keep your feet on the ground. Don't be caught up in all kinds of crazy doctrines and conspiracy theories and weirdness. And always be loving people. Love God and love people. We started a few chapters ago. Hey, love you guys. Bless you.